The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Okay, turn it on.
Danger, danger.
Are you ready?
I forgot to put in the crystals.
Who has a sonic screwdriver? I do.
Welcome to Nerd-O-Rama.
It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
On nerdcoreradio.com.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
What is Nerd-O-Rama all about?
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
Nerd-O-Rama.
Hey, welcome to Nerd-O-Rama. I'm Adam. I'm all by myself tonight, but it's okay. We're still doing a show, and it's going to be fun. If I sound a little strange, it's because I just got over a bad sickness. I don't know if it was strep throat or the flu or whatever. It really destroyed my throat. So I sound a little muffled tonight, but I made it in, so I'm doing a show. Damn it. Nerd-O-Rama is proudly part of the Talkwad Radio Network. Please make sure you check out all the other shows on the Talkwad Network. We have lots of other styles. We have the Rock Slam, we have Talk Slam, we have Arts Radio, we have spiritual shows, we have political shows, we have any type of show you can think of. So check us out at talkwad.com. Also, check out Buddha's Portal on our home station of nerdcoreradio.com. Nerd-O-Rama is brought to you by Anime Fix, the anime superstore on Central Avenue in St. Petersburg, Florida. In fact, they got a new assortment of stuff that they post. They post new stuff every so often. And I'm gonna show you a couple things that they posted. They're new. They got some new glassware, just in case you're looking for stuff for holiday stuff. So here's some here's some glassware that they got. This one's I'm kind of interested. Well, not that one. Well, yeah, that one. That's the one I'm looking at. Yeah, 'cause the Sailor Moon glass. It's really cool. It seems to be the new thing. Is like everybody's looking for glassware with their favorite characters and stuff on them. There's some Pokemon ones on there. It's pretty cool. Every week, if you become a fan of Anime Fix's Facebook, he does post what they get in the new stuff. They're a really cool place. I buy all my anime there. I buy lots of import toys and model kits and knickknacks and other stuff. So check out Anime Fix. Again, they are our sponsor, but I would pimp them even if they weren't. So, moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit. I went to the midnight premiere of The Hobbit. The big release this week was the first in a trilogy of one book. Was the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. Now, this movie was released in 3 different ways, or I think it was even more. It was released in 2D 42 frames per second, 3D 42 frames per second, 3D 48 frames per second, and I think it was in 2D 48 frames per second, but I'm not sure. I think that was only in 3D. But I only saw it in the IMAX 42 frames, but it still looked amazing. I wrote a big thing about it. If you follow me on Facebook, I wrote a pretty big review about it. In fact, another show on here, Call It Cthulhu, that comes on Sunday nights at 9 on Talk Slam Radio. He really liked what I wrote, and he posted it on his website of callitcthulhu.com. And all I did was just write about what I liked about it, and how I felt about it, and not being a crazy Tolkien fan until like recently. In fact, I did not like the Lord of the Rings movies when they came out in the theaters. I thought they were a little long-winded. They were confusing. I just didn't care. Even some of the action was like, well, this movie was too long and too just explanatory. Explanatory? That's not a word. Explanatory. That's the word. Yeah, talking about a lot about the story, the backstory, and all that stuff, and I just didn't care. So I, on a whim, a freak buying whim, when I discovered the wonders of Blu-ray and high definition television, I decided to start buying movies that I thought would look good and maybe they would be better. And so far, it's happened. I don't know why. I guess that's kind of materialistic, or not materialistic. What am I thinking of? Superficial. I guess a superficial movie watcher attitude. But yeah, there are movies that, to me, if they look better, I can actually get more into them. And that was not the reason why I got into the Lord of the Rings. I bought the extended editions because I thought they would look really damn good, and they did. The Blu-rays, excuse me, the Blu-rays did look really good. So I watched them and actually enjoyed them. I enjoy the 4-hour versions more than the 3-hour versions. And it really got me into, learning the Tolkien history of Middle Earth and that kind of stuff. And I went and reread The Hobbit in preparation for the movie coming out, and I read the other stuff, the appendices and the Silmarillion and stuff. And I really kind of embraced the Tolkien backstory, the Tolkien history, and it really helped going to see The Hobbit and seeing all the cool stuff that wasn't necessarily brought up in the book, but some was hinted at, some was, mentioned in the appendices based on Tolkien's idea to rewrite The Hobbit and make it more of a part of the impending story of the end of the Third Age. And I just got really nerdy right there. Whenever I say the end of the Third Age, I really sound nerdy when I talk about Lord of the Rings and stuff. But yeah, getting back to The Hobbit, it was almost 3 hours long. It was like one of the shortest of the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies, but it was still long, but it did not feel long. It was the fastest moving of them all. It had a very good pace. Storytelling still had that epic explanation at the beginning. The whole talk about the dwarven kingdom and the fall due to the dwarven greed and Smaug coming in and taking over. Kind of it's a story about being humble, but it moved really fast. You cared about everything that they talked about. It was shot beautifully, even though I didn't see it in the 48 frames per second, which I'm planning on doing probably this weekend or something. Everyone I talked to is like, "Oh, you didn't see it in the 48 frames per second? That's good. I didn't get to see it, so let's go." I'm like, "Okay." So everyone I know is apparently going with me my next time. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the CG, about what they did with Gollum. Now, people who did see Lord of the Rings know that Gollum was a completely CG rendered, motion captured Andy Serkis, and he pretty much ran away with the films mainly because of he just became the character. Now the thing about the Gollum in this one is he's a little younger, he's a little bit more spry, but at the same time the technology got better. And as you even can see from this picture, you can see there's more muscle tone. There's more movement. Even though it's a still picture, you can see that there will be more movement in his muscles and everything. And it just adds so much to the character, even just for the small parts that he's in, which kind of are some of the best scenes in the movie. Even though they weren't technically part of the original Hobbit, at least the riddle scene wasn't. It was added later, but Gollum really did have that going for him. And one thing that I was wondering was, like, in Lord of the Rings, they had the cave trolls. They were just big lumbering things. But if you go back and read The Hobbit, there's the one scene with the 3 trolls talking over about how they're going to cook the Hobbit and stuff. And I didn't think it would look good, but I mean, they did a really good job. Peter Jackson did a fantastic job making them look like characters, and the funny thing was with these characters, the way he had them rendered, and the way they moved and looked and talked and sounded when they were arguing with Martin Freeman, who plays Bilbo. It really felt like a scene from the recent Hitchhiker's Guide movie when with Arthur Dent, also played by Martin Freeman, with the captain of the Vogon Destructor Fleet, because they kind of looked and sounded alike. But I thought it was really kind of cool. Another cool thing was that the wizard Radagast got a big role. They talked a lot about the history of the wizards, and I don't even think that they didn't do much of the blue wizards talking, even in the Silmarillion. And someone pointed out to me that they didn't even think they had names, which was funny because in the movie Gandalf says he can't even remember the names, but that's a little nerdiness about the movie. That's kind of it. Oh, and everybody's new favorite British actor, Benedict Cumberbatch, who has the most fun name to say. I didn't know he was in the movie. He plays the necromancer, and what I heard, he is also the voice of Smaug, which is a great thing because he is a great actor. Sherlock is a fantastic show. If you haven't checked it out, especially if you're a Doctor Who fan, because it's done by Stephen Moffat. It's a modern basically retelling of Sherlock Holmes. Like, even in the second season, they get more into the actual Sherlock Holmes stories, the Conan Doyle stories, with a newer twist, and it's really good. He's a fantastic actor. I'm really glad he's getting all this work. He's going to be the next Bond villain, or at least that's the rumor. He's the new villain. He's the villain in the new Star Trek, which brings me to one of the news topics that he will be playing the villain in the sequel to Star Trek, and there's a lot of hints that it's going to be like a whole Wrath of Khan thing. If you watch the trailer, you see the scene. It looks like the scene where Spock is dying and Kirk has his hand up to his on the glass. I mean, it's very Wrath of Khan. They just announced that one of the actresses in the movie is going to be playing the woman who plays the Doctor from Wrath of Khan, who Kirk has a son with. And Benedict Cumberbatch just plays a maniacally evil person. And I'm going to go into the sneak preview that we got to see during the Hobbit IMAX experience. But one thing I just wanted to mention, that Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't know if he's just saying it to push people away from the rumors, or if he's saying it that it's actually true. He is denying still that his character is going to be Khan. He says his name in the movie is John and not that other name. So I don't know. John rhymes with Khan, so who knows what happens. But where was I going with this? Oh, Star Trek. That's right. For the midnight premiere of The Hobbit, I made sure I went and saw the IMAX version just so I could see the 9 minutes of Star Trek that was before it, and it was well worth it. If you're listening and you think this is going to spoil it, then well, it's really not. The 9 minutes were it was just cut from it. It was just cut from the movie. The intro is really what I want to talk about. The intro to the sneak peek had a really cool fan service for Doctor Who fans. It shows this sick girl in a bed. It's a sick black girl, and their and the mother and father, or mother and boyfriend, or father and girlfriend. They don't explain who they are, but they walk in and they're upset that that she's basically dying, I guess, because they would come out and like switch the stuffed animal and stuff, and you look at it, and the father male character is Mickey from Doctor Who, and you look out the window and you see this futuristic city, and it shows that it's London in the time of Trek, and and that's when you're introduced to Cumberbatch, and he's like, I know how to save them, and he's like, who are you? And he doesn't answer, and it goes into the action sequence that they really wanted to show for Star Trek, and it was really cool. It didn't give away anything. It showed that it still is J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, that they didn't silly it up anymore, or they didn't go in a different direction. It's still gonna be the next Star Trek. I mean, that's what it is, and it was cool to see. It was cool to see Simon Pegg in the red Scotty suit. It was cool to see everybody play everybody as good as they played him before. Kirk's still Kirk, and McCoy is still complaining. There's some pretty heavy drama going on in those 9 minutes too. So hopefully it'll be leaked to the internet and everyone else will get a chance to see it, but because it's really cool. So that was some Star Trek news. Some news about a franchise that's near to dear to my heart that hasn't really had any time in the spotlight. Tron. Tron 3, the script is being written right now. It's written by one of Disney's main writers. I can't think of the name. I didn't write it down or anything. I kind of did the outline while working today, so forgive me. But the big news is that Garrett Hedlund, the guy who played Sam Flynn, has officially signed on to play him in the third one. So it's going to be a direct sequel, and I'm happy about that. If anyone watching has not watched the animated series, the Tron Uprising, it's really good. It's a good series. The main character is played by Elijah Wood. The bad guy is Lance Henriksen, and his crony is Paul Rubens of Pee Wee Herman fame. And it's a really good, it's a really solid animated series, and yeah. So that's some Tron news for you. On the TV front, everyone is eagerly awaiting, including myself, for the Netflix-only new season of Arrested Development. People are like, yeah, right, it's not happening. It was happening. It still is. It's just, they stopped production right now so they could stop and write more episodes for the new season. So I think it's a good idea, and I'm glad it's happening. So there's that. It's not more of a TV front, but more of a Netflix front, but it is a TV series that everyone loves. And if you haven't watched Arrested Development, there's something wrong with you, because it is one of the best shows on TV. It won an Emmy every year it was on TV, and Fox canned it because they're Fox, and they like to destroy good shows. Last week I showed a bit from Guillermo del Toro's new movie Pacific Rim. The full trailer came out this week, and I wanted to play that for you because it looks amazing. So it stars Idris Elba. If you don't know who he is, he was the captain in Prometheus. He was Heimdall in Thor. He was the tough as nails guy, black guy in what's that movie? The Losers. That's another comic book movie, and he's Luther. Thank you, Jason. He's Luther in the BBC series Luther, which is another fantastic series. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's only 2 seasons. It's a really good, really cerebral crime drama. But here's the trailer for the full trailer for Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim, and listen for the voice of the computer. Video game nerds, you'll recognize it right away.
Chaos is spreading around the
Creatures
globe.
as tall as buildings are seen.
We always thought alien life would come from the stars, but it came from deep beneath the sea, a portal between dimensions in the Pacific Ocean. Something out there had discovered us. They counted on the humans to hide, to give up, to fail.
Initiating launch operations. Gypsy danger.
They never considered our ability to stand, to endure, that we would rise to the challenge.
Pilots ready to connect.
Let's go fishing.
2 pilots engaged in neural bridge. Ready to activate the Jaeger in 3, 2, 1.
Of our hope, at the end of our time, we have chosen to believe in each other. Today we face the monsters that are at our door. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah, so that's Pacific Rim. It looks like Guillermo del Toro is finally making another English-speaking movie, and it won't be boring like a certain movie about the Spanish Civil War that everyone except me loved. So that's probably why I do the show alone, because I have my own wacky opinions. So anyway, yes, the computer voice was GLaDOS from the Portal games. I don't know if he did that on purpose or what, but I hope that means that humanity is not doomed because of her and her hatred towards us. But it looks really cool. So I wasn't going to show this before, but I was told that I was reminded about this movie. Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman's new movie looks pretty damn cool. It's called Oblivion. It's about the Earth after civilization kind of goes away, and it's living in the last bastion of humanity. And it's very sci-fi. In fact, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, cool! This looks like an old school sci-fi movie, like from the 70s and 80s." And then I read not a review, but I read an article saying that makers of Oblivion say that they're trying to make it as a 1970s sci-fi movie, and I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." So I'm going to show the Oblivion trailer, and you can make a decision on your own. So here's Oblivion.
Super Bowl was played right here.
Jason, tell me it was a classic.
Classic game. 80,000 people on their feet. Seconds left on the clock. So Hubie throws a Hail Mary. Touchdown! 166, back online. 60 years ago, Earth was attacked. We won the war, but they destroyed half the planet. Everyone's been evacuated. nothing human remains. We're here for drone repair with a mop-up crew. This is Jack Harper. I'm good to go.
2 more weeks, Jack, and we can finally leave and join the others. Don't take any chances.
I've been watching you, Jack. You're curious. What are you looking for in those books? Do they bring back old memories?
We have an unidentified impact.
Don't ask too many questions.
They are human.
This is ordering you to return to tower.
How do you know my name?
They're firing on survivors. Stand there!
What have you done?
I can't protect you.
They won't stop till they find me.
If you're looking for the truth, that's where you'll find it.
You need to know what happened.
What aren't you telling me? Who are you?
Jack, mission is ordering you to stand down.
I'm not gonna do that. This is the only way.
So yeah, that was Oblivion. That looks cool. I know a lot of people have issues with Tom Cruise. I know a lot of people who have issues with Tom Cruise, and I don't agree with his life, but he's still a damn good actor in my opinion. I really loved Minority Report, and I don't know. I'm really excited for Oblivion. I think if Morgan Freeman said yes, then it's got to have some good quality into it. But so yeah, there's that. DC Comics has announced that the plot line for the Justice League movie will be from comic book continuity. They didn't say what story, what comic book, but it's going to have a comic book storyline. So that's kind of cool. Also, these excuse me, these independent people on the internet are going to be making a Nightwing internet series. The trailer came out for that. It's just a little teaser trailer. I'll play that in a moment, but I just want it doesn't show anything about the show. It's just got some, it's just a voiceover and got some CG overlays and stuff, but it looks really good. Really good job done by these independent filmmakers. So it's an actual series that they're gonna do on the web. So here's a sneak peek at Nightwing.
Since I was 10 years old, I spent half my life living in the shadow of the bat. I was the boy wonder, but I grew up and left Gotham behind. Now, it's time to take justice into my own hands. To live up to an ideal, and create my own name, my own identity, my own symbol. I'm Nightwing.
Yeah, that was Nightwing. Looks cool. And I think it looks cool. What do you think? Okay, good. Yeah, so it's kind of cool to see more of these independent films coming out. I remember back in the late 90s or in early 2000s that all these fan films were coming out. They did one for Robin. It was called Grayson, and that was really cool. They did the I think it was Batman Dead End, where he ended up fighting an alien and Predator. And it was really cool to see these fan films be made, and they are done so well. For a while, fan films were only done for like Star Wars and Star Trek, which they looked really cool. I mean, I mean, those are the movies to if you're going to be experimenting with special effects, those are the franchises to work with, because you get the lightsabers and the spaceships and stuff. So I'm all for independent films, especially fan films, mainly because fan service is one of the best things, one of the most flattering things out there for a franchise. And if you have an independent trailer, I'll show it. I'm not above whoring myself out for other people to show off their stuff. Pretty soon we have I'm trying to get a guest in from insane Star Wars fandom, and hopefully she gets back to me. She has her own show, and she posted some of the pictures that she took from Celebration. She was actually cosplayed, and she's really cool. We've talked before. So Jen, if you're listening, give me a message on Facebook, and let's set up a guest spot for you. I don't know what else. What is there else to talk about? I haven't read many comics in the past couple of weeks, mainly because of working here and being sick. I just never felt like doing anything but sleeping and listening to riff tracks while trying to sleep. I'm glad my throat's better. I'm glad I can actually talk. If I did this a few days ago, you wouldn't hear my voice at all. And if you did, you wouldn't appreciate the way it sounded. So, let's see, games. Am I playing any games? I'm not really playing any games. I'm playing the Lego Lord of the Rings. It's a funny game. It's Lego. It's fully voice acted. It's mainly stuff from the movie, but excuse me, movies. But I'm getting throat dry here. Hang on. But it still has that Lego charm. I'm going through the Two Towers right now, and the Riders of Rohan are hilarious because every time they talk, they always do like horse tricks, like they like dance around you and stuff, and they're talking really serious, but at the same time, their horses are dancing. So that's it. That's the Lego thing. And what else am I? I'm playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It's a fun game. I got my new car. It's fast and fun, and I decided that I would rather speed on a video game than I would on the street. So, and plus I can drive exotic cars and outrun the cops and stuff. If you're a fan of Burnout, if you're a fan of the Burnout games, this is like the next Burnout. This is like Burnout 4. If you like Burnout Paradise, it's a mix between that and Burnout 3. It's a fantastic game. I'm not much of a hardcore video gamer. I played Borderlands 2 for a while. I had to stop. It was getting really frustrating because I'm not very good at video games. I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for half a day and returned it back to Redbox because it's not my thing. I'm not going to say it sucks. I'm not going to say it's crap. It's just not my thing. I'm not very good at shooters. I wanted to play it for the story because it's David S. Goyer, the guy who wrote some cool comic book stories, and he wrote the most of the Dark Knight trilogy, the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. So I wanted to give that a shot, but it bored me. I don't give a crap about military stuff, so I can't really talk about Black Ops 2 even though it's the greatest thing since sliced Borderlands. Board games. The other night, I tried out the DC Comics deck building game. We played the Marvel one for quite a while, and I have to say that I enjoy the DC Comics one more. Not just because I'm a DC Comics fan, but the Marvel game, everyone's playing with each other, and and you always have that shroud of impending doom above you the whole time, and it's like we're gonna win. No, we're not. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. We're gonna win. We lost. Or just someone just overkills and breaks the game. And the cool thing about the DC game is, even though you're playing members of the Justice League, you're out for yourself. You're out for number one. You throw villains at each other. You can do pretty nasty things for being a hero, and steal other people's equipment. And I really like the game. I think everybody that we played with liked the game, because they all I think there's 4 or 5 copies of the game circulating right now in the gaming group. But it's a fun game. We'll do a review for it probably next week. I'll get Pete to do another one of his backroom reviews. That sounds dirty, but it also sounds like a good name for a segment. Pete's Backroom Reviews. We'll probably want to try to get quite a few in, considering he's leaving in January to move to South Carolina. He will be missed. Pete's one of the good guys, so that's something coming up. What else? Like I said, I haven't been reading comics. I want to. The Death of the Family stuff is really, really good. Even the Suicide Squad, even though people give Suicide Squad a lot of crap, it's one of my guilty pleasure books that I still enjoy. Stuff people should be reading, the Hypernaturals. If you like sci-fi, if you like real sci-fi, like deep, hard science fiction, check out Hypernaturals. It's kind of like DC's Legion, but not dumb. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for that, because people I know love Legion, but I can't get into it. It's too silly. It's too clubhousey. Excuse me. But Hypernaturals is really cool. It's very grown up. It's a $3.99 book where you get the $3.99 value for it. Unlike the big twos, $3.99 books, you open them up and you're done with them. And there's not a lot to talk about. Hypernaturals doesn't have huge splash pages, and I'm not saying any of this stuff is bad. I'm just saying that you get a lot for the $3.99 that you pay for it. And in an economy like this, when you're buying comic books and you're indulging in your sickness, I guess it is. It's a sickness that I have as well. You want high quality, but you also want good quality too. Like the new Marvel books that I've noticed, the Marvel Now books, they're using the same paper for their covers as they are using for their interiors. So it feels like you're missing the cover when you grab the book. It feels like it just felt weird. And I said, "Hey, this feels weird." And they're like, "Yeah, it's the same thing." And I don't know. I mean, you're still paying $3.99 for some of these books too, and it just doesn't feel like you're getting the $3.99 value. I'm not going to go off on comic book economics here, but I don't know. There are just some books that should be priced the way they are, and it's good to see that Dark Horse is finally leaving the half price, the half mark on their books. They're $3.50, $2.50. Moved to $3.99 and $2.99, so that's good to see. I'm really grasping at straws here to things to talk about, so I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job for my my one man show. I don't know if you want to call in, you can call in. I'll talk to you. The number is 727-493-2055. That is 797-493-2055. Let's see. We had the company Christmas party last night. That was fun. We had a good time. Simply Abigail played. They played some good old Christmas songs. If you haven't heard Simply Abigail, they're a local. I think they're a duo. And she sounds really, really nice. She's a very nice singer, singer-songwriter. Yeah, I'm really grasping at straws here. Also, Floydsome played. They don't call themselves a Pink Floyd tribute band, but they are a Pink Floyd band. They play some Floyd songs. They play some of their own songs. They're really good at the David Gilmour-esque guitar solos and guitar riffs and stuff. But they also have their own laser man, and he does their own lights and laser shows. So it's like going to a Floyd laser show that you see in a bar. It's pretty cool. We had a costume contest for best Santa, best Mrs. Claus, and best elf, and people won that. I did not win. I didn't dress up. I did wear a stylish red jacket and my green Griswold family Christmas shirt. You can see it on my Facebook page. And I also did not win for best dish, and I was robbed because I lost to deviled freaking eggs. How do you lose to deviled? I homemade my key lime pies, and I lost to deviled eggs. Well, at least I did not lose to the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits, even though those should have won. Exactly. But it was a good time. And I have to mention, because they mentioned me during their little spiel about our show. We all talked about our shows, and Jason and Jason of the Sports Bar, they're on Tuesday afternoons at 2:30 to 4:30. And I don't really talk much about sports. I don't really care much about sports. I do watch football, and that's almost over with, so sports are going to be dead to me pretty soon. But these guys, their show is top notch. Their show is fantastic. I love listening to it. They don't just I mean, they talk sports. They talk hardcore sports, but they talk it in a way that, you can just listen to, and they riff on each other. They try to get a tad nerdy. I have to admit, they call on my nerdy expertise every once in a while, and it's just a fun show. So check out the Sports Bar. They're on sportslamradio.com, part of the Talkwad network, on at 2:30 on Tuesdays. Give them a call and tell them Nerd-O-Rama sent you. I was actually on the show last week. I showed up in my Boba Fett hoodie, and they thought I should say a little hello, so I went on the show and said hello. So if you watched last week's episode and see Boba Fett show up, that was me. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's the one cool thing about this place, the Talkwad.com, the Talkwad Radio Network, is that we are one big family. We support each other. We support everything each other's show does. That's what mainly the Christmas party was about, to meet people we don't really usually ever see. Like, I never see anybody on the Wednesday nights because I never work Wednesdays. So catching the shows are different than like actually talking to the people, because sometimes people have their on-air personas and you don't really get to meet the real people, but this time you do. And it's a good camaraderie with everybody. Other shows that I enjoy. I'm not saying don't check out all the other ones. I'm not saying just check these out, but Controlled Chaos is another great show, hosted by Adrian Primadonna's the guy. He's the lead singer of a local rock band, Papa Cherry. He's going through, I think he has bronchitis right now. He hasn't been on the show in a while. But the co-host Gwiggy has taken a good stand to take over for a while, and he's doing a good job. So if you're watching Gwiggy or Adrian, you're doing a good. The show is still top notch. I tend to enjoy the comedy shows more. Controlled Chaos is on Tuesday nights at 9:00, I think, 9 to 11. And it's on Comedy Slam. Check that out. Check out what was I mentioning? The Gentile White Show, Thursday nights at 9:30 on I believe that one's on TalkSlam, talkslam.radio.com. If not, it is on Comedy Slam. If you go onto talkwad.com, you can find it. The Gentile White Show is another out there show. It's two guys. They make their own audio commercials. They just talk really wacky. It's a great show. Very talk radio, very Howard Stern type of show, and they really take a lot of time to make their show, to make it good. Let's see, what other shows can I always check out Buddha's Portal on nerdcoreradio.com. I know we give Buddha a lot of crap. He actually asked me today, why does my show suck? I said, your show doesn't suck. It really doesn't. It's a fun show. We get along great. I'm actually gonna miss him when he moved to the Tampa studio. I'm not sure he's gonna have much nerdy, knowledgeable people to talk to over there. So I believe they'll come back to me. I've got a sort of brand loyalty here. People are actually going to say they're going to miss me running their shows, but now I'm just getting a big head. Ego's inflating. So I think I talked a lot about the Talkwad Network. I think I talked about that more than my show. But I wanted to mention that because we are a big family. Check out the rock shows too. We showcase a lot of independent artists, a lot of local Florida music. Where's the Party on Thursdays? The Rocket Man Show Monday nights. T-Bone's Rock Show Monday nights. Sunday nights just ended. David J. Rock the J. Yeah, I mentioned you, David J. And I wanted to mention Lester's tour bus. Lester is having I don't know what kind of health problems he's having, but he's not doing too great. He hasn't been in for the last few weeks, and my thoughts go out to Lester. He really supports the show, and he showcases a lot of. He wants to showcase all of Florida music, not just rock, not just heavy metal. Any Florida music he wants to showcase. Tuesday nights get really crazy here with the What the Hell show with Steph and Deb. Shows wild. And how do we get here? Another show that has a nerdy element to it. Part of RagingNerdgasm.com is part of the show, and she brings in her collectibles and stuff, and it's a pretty cool show. So check out How Did We Get Here on Tuesday nights on TalkSlamRadio.com. Like I said, check out Talkwad.com. We have quite the smorgasbord of themes. You could probably latch onto a show on a different genre and enjoy. So I think I've rambled on for 50 minutes, so I believe I'm going to end the show now. Sorry, it was a little crazy. It's my first time doing this alone. I will leave you with the same way I leave all my episodes, with our closing video. So thank you for watching Nerd-O-Rama. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us Nerd-O-Rama on Facebook. If you go to nerdcoreradio.com, click on Nerd-O-Rama, you can find our link to Facebook on there. We also have a link to our iTunes if you want to download all of our episodes as podcasts. Follow us at Twitter at nerd_O-Rama. And if you just have a question, email us at nerdoramafl@gmail.com. We're still doing our fan picture giveaway. That is, send us your I Love Nerd-O-Rama fan pictures. They could just be a picture of you. They could be art. so far the winner is a big shark that loves Nerd-O-Rama. So beat out a shark, and you will get your Figma figure. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to plug. Again, thank you, Anime Fix, for being our sponsors. Go check out Anime Fix. They're very knowledgeable. Every time I go in there, I learn new things about anime that I should be watching. I learn more about anime that I shouldn't be watching. So, yeah, I don't have good taste in anything. So, this is Adam, and I am signing off now from Nerd-O-Rama. Bye.
Get these morons off the air.
Yeah. I'm taking you off the air. I think you're having a breakdown.
You've been listening to Nerd-O-Rama. Visit nerdcoreradio.com. Till next time, just remember...
It's pornography! No. The Supreme Court says it's not.
We should do this again. I think it was very constructive.